So for today's fan segment, we wanted to go back in time and share an incredible fan letter that was sent to our friend, brother-in-law, son, Justin Hartley, following this particularly poignant episode.
Yeah, I guess in 2016, a woman named Greta Gully wrote a letter following the loss of their student and teammate, and they choreographed a routine to Kevin's monologue, about the painting. And the choreographed piece is aptly called The Painting.
Called The Painting. So for those of you who are watching this episode on YouTube, you'll start to see the performance play as we read their letter. For those of you just listening to us read the letter, you can watch the full performance video with sound via the That Was Us YouTube channel. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
Dear Justin, my name is Greta Gully, and I'm a choreographer, dance teacher in Louisville, Kentucky. The studio I choreograph for is 360 Dance. We have a large, competitive program and have a huge appreciation for the arts. Our studio is full of dancers ages 3 to 18, several of whom started competing in the first grade and continued until leaving for college. Our studio is more than a studio, we're a family. Recently, we lost an alum to a rare brain cancer. Her name was Amanda, and she was 20 years old. Amanda was truly one of the most beautiful young ladies I have ever taught. She had a positive outlook on life and continued to be in high spirits throughout her battle with cancer. Amanda passed away on December 30th, 2016.
So at this point, I'm sure you're wondering what this all has to do with you. Well, within our dance program, I have an extremely talented group of 11 to 14-year-olds. They strive to be better each day and reach new goals each year. They have grown from winning local competitions to winning national competitions in New York City. The amount of awards and accolades they have won could fill numerous pages. However, their biggest accomplishment is realizing that competitions are about much more than winning a trophy. When they take the stage, they silence the audience. These girls have become more than dancers. They have become storytellers. This is where you come in.
This past fall, we were given the news that Amanda wasn't going to make it much longer. Of course, as God would have it, while we were all enduring the suffering and pain life threw us with the news of Amanda, NBC put on this wonderful new show called This Is Us. As I watched religiously each week and loving every moment, one episode spoke to me in a special way. The episode was called The Game Plan. At the end of the episode, you explained your painting relating to the cycle of life to Tess and Annie. Your monologue immediately became a dance piece for me. It was clear your message would help us and others cope with loss and grief. Your words were able to put our hearts in a different place when we would think about death and Amanda. The reality of losing Amanda became a little more peaceful and accepting. I have to admit, there were still days I would tear up during choreography sessions and have to gather myself by my computer in the corner of the room before turning to face the girls. Without this special 3 minutes you gave us on TV, I don't know how I could have coped with teaching my current dancers and losing the life of an alum.
I had been waiting for the perfect idea for a dance to give this special group of kids since August. As I mentioned before, they're extremely talented and work each year to become better. As they grow, I grow. Each year, they push me to challenge myself and create bigger and better pieces for the stage and their audience. I am not one that's okay settling with a mediocre piece. The minute I saw the episode, I knew it was perfect.
Your performance touched our lives, and because of those 3 minutes, we are now able to touch others too. We have attached a link for you to watch our routine. Our hopes are that you are moved by the performance and feel the passion of the piece. Thank you for helping these kids have a new outlook on life and death, and thank you for helping us survive the loss of our family member. Your gift of talent has helped strengthen and develop ours. We are forever grateful. Greta, Sammy, Abby, Kate, Bailey, Kalia, Maya, and Layla.
All right. We actually reconnected with Greta recently, who shared that in June of 2023, Kate, one of the dancers who you just saw perform and who signed her name to the letter we just read, was diagnosed with bone cancer. And sadly, we learned that she passed away earlier this year.
Greta told us Kate fought her battle with the same passion and determination and strength she used as a performer. She took every challenge thrown her way with an immense amount of courage. Our beautiful, kind, talented performer of Amanda's legacy joined Amanda on Easter Sunday and will be leaving a legacy of her own. We are again facing the loss of another friend, teammate, and student at the young age of 20. But Kate's performance will remind us she's still with us every day.
We also see Kate's twin, Abby, lead the dance here. Greta added that they had spent years looking up to Amanda, so it only made sense that their dance group would become our storytellers and bring life to Amanda's death. Like everything else they do, they did it with passion and grace. They silenced their audiences and captivated hearts as they honored Amanda. Kate will always be in our painting. The color she added was bright and bold, and it will never fade. Like Kevin said, just because you can't see them or talk to them anymore, it doesn't mean they're not still in the painting.
And here we have a photo of Kate and Amanda, who are no longer with us in flesh, but with us nonetheless.
Wow. I'm not even sure how to respond to all of that. It was
Well, as always, thank you to our This Is Us and That Was Us fan family for your vulnerability and for sharing your stories with us. You and your stories are truly inspiring, and Greta, your girls are so lucky to have you. I mean, holy moly.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us, too.
I am reminded of like the power of art and how art sort of inspires other art, how we sort of collectively are able to turn our life experience, both positive and negative, the joy and the pain, and try to make it into something beautiful.
Sure.
For a shared communal experience that people can find themselves inside of.
Take solace in. Yeah.
These babies, man.
Yeah.
And she was inspired by our show to make something just as beautiful, if not even more exquisite.
It's a conversation that is ongoing.
Yeah.
In the same metaphor of this painting that never is finished.
Yeah.
Right.
Continuum.
A conversation can start with an episode of television.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a dance.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a podcast. And then it turns into a conversation about the TV show on the podcast with the people who created the dance.
The letter is
Yeah.
The letter.
art.
Yeah.
Lord, have mercy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greta.
Thank you, Greta. Thank you to the young ladies and to their families, because those
sharing their
families lost
talent.
young people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
babies. Okay, so real quick tangent before we end this cast, because I think this is an important sort of little thing. Had a recent loss in my family, my brother's wife. And then I had a recent, a friend of mine's husband, and they've been married for less than a year, got diagnosed with a tumor in his brain that causes seizures, and they'll have to operate or what have you. And we go through these moments in life sometimes when you just sort of ask the universe, why?
Yeah.
And I think I am a person of faith. And sometimes your faith doesn't mean that obstacles will be removed from your path, but it allows you sort of the fortitude to believe that everything that is happening, there is some sort of divine plan at work, even though I cannot recognize it in the present, and that there is some sort of lesson to be gleaned from it. That you love to think that from another perspective, like someone can see everything happening with some sort of design to it. But in that moment, man, it can be so hard.
Yeah.
It can be so hard. So I'm thinking about Greta. I'm thinking about the parents of these two young ladies, and the ability to continue. Like, I think the show was about like, oh, okay, stuff happens, but you have to necessarily continue because there's still beauty around.
Of course.
There's still things to be appreciated. There's still love to be given and to be received, right? And I just want to make sure that everybody, like, if you're in the midst of a valley, if you're in the midst of a moment, like, hopefully you take a moment to look up and see the other beautiful things and to see the rest of the love and know that like the darkness that is right now is only there because there's light around you. That's it.
That's a
Yeah.
beautiful
That's it.
sentiment, Sterling. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you so much for that letter, Greta. Thank you for the dance. Thank you for your heart. And thank you to all the young ladies that you continue to inspire and teach and grow and nurture.
Yeah.
All of that. That's it. All right. That Was Us is filmed at The Crow and produced by Rabbit Grin Productions and Sarah Wareheim. Music by Taylor Goldsmith and Griffin Goldsmith.